Hey, it's Andrew with the Roach Family Real Estate Team, and here's another episode of Good Morning Milton, where we bring you local businesses and community organizations to help you know a little bit more about what Milton has to offer. Today we're meeting with Nathan Porter of 4Sight Solutions, so let's go have a meet and hear what he has to say. All right, we're here with Nathan Porter with 4Sight Search Solutions. So thanks very much for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Why don't you tell me a little bit about 4Sight Search Solutions? What do you guys do?
Sure. Well, 4Sight Search Solutions, we're in the recruitment headhunting space, and so basically we help companies find employees across a wide variety of types and industries and that kind of thing. Basically, we've been started since 2017. I have over a decade of experience in the recruitment industry and took those experiences, positive, negative, strengths, weaknesses, to create 4Sight Solutions and optimize what we do to be most effective for candidate and client.
Do you specialize in any particular field of employment search, or is it kind of a wide variety?
It's a wide variety. We do, from an experience perspective, I've dealt with HR placements, I've dealt with skilled trades, I've dealt with management across multiple sectors, administrative, financial, all the way up to executive, VP, executive director, and positions similar to that.
Awesome. So it is a nice wide range.
Yeah, definitely.
So so take a step back and from an employer position, why would somebody decide to hire a company like 4Sight Search Solutions rather than just going it alone and you know?
Sure.
Like, I mean, you know, as an employee or an employer, sorry, I know who I want. You know, how do you know better than me?
There's multiple answers to that. Obviously, I would sit down with the client, ask a lot of questions, and figure out exactly what they're looking for that position and what also matches with it from a culture perspective with where they're looking to go with the organization. A lot of times I'm dealing with small to medium businesses. And so you're dealing with someone that is maybe the owner of the company, who has a zillion tasks that they're working on, and they basically are trying to add that into what they're doing. So for example, one client I worked with, starting with about a year and a half ago, he had posted positions, he had hundreds of resumes sitting in his inbox, but he had literally no time to get to it. Right. So basically he sent all the resumes to me, I worked on it, and now I've been working with him on every position for the last year and a half. The reason that companies use us aside from that is this is all I do. This is where my experience is. I have the systems in place to do it effectively. I can post across a dozen job boards instantaneously. I can do headhunting through LinkedIn and find people currently working in positions with other companies. I can do assessments to gauge the person's expertise in a particular area in software, personality profile assessments, background checks, credit checks, et cetera, et cetera. All of that through efficiencies that I've been able to develop at a cost that is doable for small to medium businesses.
Very good. That sounds perfect. You know, sidebar here, we hired you a couple of years ago, 5 years ago now, and our employee is still with us, still a vital part of our team.
Awesome.
Yeah. So for someone that is interested in your services, you know, obviously, you know, one of the fears is, well, what happens if the person doesn't work out, right? Do you guys offer any type of kind of guarantee that, you know, 2 weeks later, you're like, you know what, this isn't the right person? It happens, I'm sure, from time to time. Is there any type of guarantee for the employer?
Sure, yeah, and it does happen. We're dealing with people, although we like to think we're perfect. There are times on the rare exception where we do have to replace, it doesn't work out. That's why we offer the guarantee, to protect the client in that circumstance. So we offer, by standard, a 90-day guarantee built in. To replace, we do have flexibility in terms of reducing that guarantee or extending that guarantee up to a year, depending on the client's circumstance, depending on the position, depending on what they're looking to spend in terms of budget as well. So we do have a lot of options in that area.
Right, and I think for the most part, I mean, you're going to know within the first 90 days, like if this is, you know, obviously there's going to be a bit of an onboarding process, but I think you're going to pretty much know within the first 60 to 90 days if it's going to be a good fit.
Yeah, exactly. Normally you do in vast majority of the cases. But also, you know, aside from that, my philosophy is I'd rather send no one than sending the wrong person.
Yeah.
So it's basically to send people I think are the right fit, not just send people. Right? And so when you do that, then the client meets with them as well. More times than not, you're going to get it right, and that person's going to last as a long-term employee.
Absolutely. Like 5+ years?
5+ years, there you go.
There you go. So, if someone is, thinking about, what, this might be a great fit for me, what are your geographical area, your boundaries, your borders, so to speak? Is it you kind of more GTA? Do you go provincially? Do you go nationally? What do you guys kind of focus on?
Yeah, so my focus is Milton primarily, but the western side of the GTA secondarily. So I have clients in Caledon, Mississauga. I do deal some with Toronto, downtown Toronto, which I've done. But stretching out farther than that through tools like Skype and other platforms, I've worked on positions in Windsor. I have worked on a position in the States as well, strictly phone call, Skype interview, and that kind of thing. But it matched what the client wants, so we were able to work with that thanks to technology.
Awesome. So what I'm hearing there is if there's interest here, don't hesitate to reach out and make sure and find out whether that is going to be a good fit between yourselves and the employer.
Exactly, and it's really have that conversation. There's sometimes we discuss it and it doesn't work for us or it doesn't work for the client. We want to make sure it works for both parties and have that conversation, no obligation, chat. Maybe we can just offer advice at the bottom line, but perhaps there's a chance to work together as well.
Awesome. Well, you know what? If again somebody wants to reach out, what's the best way for someone to connect with you? Best
way is through the website, which will have links to all of our social media platforms at the header and the footer of the page. 4sightsolutions.ca. That's the number 4 sight, S-I-G-H-T, visual sight, solutions.ca. Or you can shoot me an email directly, nporter@4sightsolutions.ca.
Thanks so much for your time this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was great.
I know we'll see you around again.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would encourage you to like it, comment on it, and of course, please share the video so that more people can find out about great businesses like 4Sight Search Solutions. And if you run a business or run a community organization here in the town of Milton and would like to be featured on Good Morning Milton, give me a call, Andrew Roach, at 289-270-1719, or shoot us an email at homes@itsfamily.ca. And be sure to tune in next week because we're going to bring you another great episode just for you.